Good morning. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin Up. And it is Tuesday, March 19th, can you believe it, of 2024. And it is time for our coffee and cards. And this morning, not only am I drinking coffee, I'm going to be playing with the Latte Love set and share some really great projects with you. You also may get a guest appearance from one of my cats who I can't seem to keep out of my studio this morning, even though I shut the door. I'm not really sure how he did that. But anyway, welcome. If you're here, please give me a shout out. Let me know that you are live. And there was a shadow of a cat that just went by. But we're going to do a little housekeeping, and then we're going to jump right into the projects this morning. So if you're new to my channel, these are my just cards for the month of March. And you have two ways to get this class. It is a class to go, or you can do it in my studio if you are local. But it requires a minimum $35 product purchase to earn the class for free. If you bump that order to a $50 product purchase, you not only get the class, but you're going to get the petal pink and pretty peacock embellishments that I used on a few of the projects. So that will also be free with your kit. Or you can purchase the class outright. It's $15. That will be going up with the release of the new catalog. But for right now, it is still $15. And when you're placing your orders online, you're going to want to be sure to use this host code. That is the clue that tells me you are going to earn the Just Cards class with that order. So these are very quick and easy cards. So if you like a creative break that you don't have to think a whole lot about, these are for you. Basically, I do them with die cuts, embossing, and designer series paper, so that even if you're not local to me and can't come to the in-person class, you can create the projects by substituting whatever greetings you may have if you don't have the ones that I used, right? So we have a great masculine birthday card. And then they do also come with envelopes. You get enough supplies to make one of each. And again, when the order hits $50, you get the embellishments as well. And that's before shipping and postage and tax and all of that. This one, the die cutting is done for you. So no worries there. If you don't have the dies, you can fussy cut this. That's what I did. Fussy cut the image on there. And then this one is a pretty sympathy card, a little bit of a fun fold. And then one using the Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, which I absolutely love those two colors together. So again, minimum $35 product order on my website using this month's host code. And that tells me you are wanting to register for that class. And again, you can also join me. The class is usually the second Wednesday of every month following the month of purchase. So you're earning the March cards and the class will be in April. Okay, so that is what we've got going on there. Let's talk about these pretty cards that we made with the Zinnia. This is another online exclusive. Okay, we did these together last week. Boy, that seems like a long time ago. I have been at a kind of turned into a 5-day retreat weekend. I went down to my retreat house on Wednesday of last week for my open craft day, and then just stayed and got home last night. So I'm running on I was trying to figure it out this morning. We figured out my girlfriend got 17 hours of sleep. I think I got only about 16 hours of sleep from Friday until last night. So I'm a little, my voice is a little hoarse this morning, if you can't tell, right? Good morning, ladies. Thank you for coming and watching. Make sure you comment, guys. Okay, so the winner of those pretty cards that we did is Linda Group. So Linda, I'm going to see your friend Stacy, yours and my friend Stacy, on Wednesday. So hopefully it's okay if I give them to her for her to deliver to you, okay? But I'm going to write your name down. So when I get off of here, I remember who the winner was. Okay. So I'm going to put these back here in my mailing area. I also want to mention that they have released the retired list for not only the mini catalog that will be retiring at the end of April, but also for the annual catalog. So we have a new annual catalog coming in May. And I'm going to do my best, and I will post later on my Facebook page if something would happen and I don't think I can make it. But I'm going to do my best to go live tonight at 8 o'clock to review the retired list. So if you want to follow me and want to grab your books and a beverage and a marker, make sure that you join me at 8 o'clock and we will go through the retired list together. Okay. So you will know there will be a promotion offered on some of the retiring products up to 60% off. That will start in April. So we have a couple of weeks to figure out what we want, make our lists. But I would also encourage you that if there's something you really want, you've been meaning to order it all along, don't wait, even if it is going to be discounted, because it very well could sell out before you have a chance to obtain it. So I would hate for you to be disappointed. Okay, what we're going to play with today is the online exclusive, the Latte product line. These are my 4 cards. This also happens to be my Creativity Delivered class for this month of March. And Creativity Delivered is a class that comes to your door. You do not have to worry about going out to an in-person class or anything like that. You get all the supplies that you need to make 2 of each card. Everything that is not related to the Latte suite of products is already done, die cut for you. Although I'm looking at this one. Oh, so I think the only thing here would be I do this embossing for you. But everything else will be provided in your kit, but you will need the latte set, right? The bundle, because you would be getting the pieces to do the die cutting on the cups and the coffee pot, etc., and the stamping, of course. So these are the 4 cards. You get enough supplies to make 2 of each. You also are going to receive a pack of the Swirl Dots. Now, I do know that these are currently not available. So if I go beyond the registrations that I have bought for, I will substitute something similar so that you can still make the projects. You're going to get a roll of the beautiful dotted ribbon. I love this. I've been having so much fun playing with this ribbon. It's great masculine ribbon too, even though it's polka dotted. And then you're going to get a half a pack of the designer series paper. So here's what that looks like. And this is definitely something that if you have a coffee lover in your house, good morning, Tina. Hi, Carol. Then you probably ought to take a second look at this if you have it. And I love this plaid, right? So fun for spring. And we've got our espresso beans. There's our coffee cups that I fussy cut. Yeah. Coffee stains, nice. This is a beautiful plaid too, great for masculine cards as well. So even if you're not a coffee lover and you're like, oh, I don't know about that paper, there's a lot of great patterns that you can use that don't have anything to do with coffee, right? So there we go. Those are, and you get a half a pack of the designer series paper as well. So supplies to make 2 of each card, the fun products I have here. And then, of course, you'll also get your envelopes, your basic white envelopes to go with your projects. I do have a registration link in the description below if you're interested in this class. It is $35 plus the postage. And then if you want to use PayPal, it would be $38 plus the postage to help cover those fees that PayPal charges. Okay. All right. So that's what we're playing with today. I love this Latte Love and the whole line of products. And I'm anxious to share these with you. Let me, things moved around while I was gone, which is usually what happens because my husband comes in and, does things in my area. And therefore I'm always looking for things, but I'm hoping that that's not going to be an issue this morning. So let me just show you the bundle as well, right? Latte Love, cute stamps. I love the splatter stamp, coffee stain stamp, if you will. This reminds me of the baristas making their specialty coffees, right? You've got a cute little spoon up here. The dies are pretty awesome as well. And especially that one card that had the coffee pot on it, you can build some imagery. Okay, why won't these dies come out of this sleeve? Interesting. There we go. That was weird. So lots of dies here too. And here's your little coffee cups. And one of the things that I really enjoy with Stampin' Up's die sets is so often, and especially in this product line like this, we've got 2 coffee cups, right? We've got 2 sets of the espresso beans. So, it makes it easy because how many of us are going to make a card with 1 coffee cup? You might, but then again, you might not, right? Hi, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Hey, thanks, Sherry. Thanks for watching. So yeah, so I love the dies, and you can build lots of different coffee pots, and you have your coffee cups, and of course the dies in there to cut out the stamped imagery as well. I'm just going to leave that out in case we need it. All right, so we are going to start with this card right here. And this is really just a little bit of stamping and then fussy cutting the mugs from the designer series paper. So did everybody have a good weekend? I had a blast. We had a great time at the retreat. It was kind of nice not to have to carry everything in and carry everything out, since it's, now it's the one that I own now. So that was fun. That was different for me. 9 other women were there, and it was wonderful fellowship, fun, and laughter, and just a great time. So tell me what you guys did this weekend. I'm going to grab some scrap paper here because we're going to create that little pattern background. I'm using pecan pie. Now that I look at this, I don't think I did stamp this. I think it was designer series paper, but guess what? We're going to stamp it today and go with that. So you can stamp or you can use the designer series paper. Showing you a couple options there. We're going to go ahead and pop that on with our adhesive. I tried to put the kits together while I was down at the nest because I knew I wouldn't have much time last night. Once I got home, we went out to dinner with friends, and then I pretty much collapsed. I unpacked everything, and then I was like, yeah, I think I might be done for the day. All right. Here's the fun ribbon. This is a little bit thicker, more like a twine, a thick twine, if you will. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you're doing something to keep those ends in place on the back. You can use Scotch tape to do that. I tend to run my adhesive back over them to help hold them in place. Whatever your preference is, maybe a glue dot if you want to do that. Okay. That out of the way, make sure we're somewhat straight over here. And then we're going to mount this to the front of the card. So this is a simple card that won't take you much time at all. And the fussy cutting is easy because I don't like to do a lot of detailed fussy cutting. So these mugs are fairly easy to cut out. Okay. Grab my greeting. And we're going to use Calypso Coral for that. Of course, the greeting comes right from the Latte Love stamp set. Things just aren't cooperating here this morning. Okay. So our hello there. And then we're going to take that pecan pie and that same coffee stain stamp. We're going to off stamp it, right? So it's a little less bold. We're going to come in and just add some background detail. If you're new to stamping, what I'm doing is called off stamping or generation stamping. So you can get a couple different shades with the same ink pad. This is a much lighter version of pecan pie simply because we off stamped it first onto scrap paper and then onto our project. So you may hear it referred to either as off stamping or generational stamping. Okay, I'm going to mount that to our pecan pie mat. And this is going to come over here. I'm going to pop And there's the first thing I discovered. I reached for my drawer and it wasn't there. It had gotten moved. So we're gonna put this down with the dimensional on one end, but the ribbon here, or the twine, if you will, is going to help elevate the other end. So I'm not going to actually add a dimensional over there. This will help keep our label a little bit, what's the word I want? With equitable depth, I guess. Yeah. Now I went ahead and did the fussy cutting ahead of time because just like coloring, there's nothing worse than watching somebody sit and fussy cut, is there? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to grab a glue dot here to help hold that ribbon in place too. So I'm gonna take that, take your pick tool, you can use your scissors. And I'm probably gonna put a couple of them on here just to make sure it stays where we want it. But as I said earlier, this would be such a fun class, especially if you have coffee lovers in your life, right? Hey, Cindy. I'm glad too. Okay. So now we're going to pop our mug on there with some dimensionals as well. That cute little paper back on that paper is cute too. It's just a bunch of little mugs and spoons and espresso beans. Did you do anything fun for St. Patrick's Day? That was yesterday. No, Sunday. Ooh, I don't even know what day of the week it is, guys. And then on the inside of the card, I'm just going to add another mug down here. That one we're going to do flat. And that leaves you plenty of room to write your message to your recipient. This could be an invitation to go grab coffee with a friend you haven't seen in a while, or just a thinking of you card, whatever you want to make it. And then, of course, we're going to add our swirl dots. And these are so much fun. I'm just going to take them out because we're going to use them on more than just this project. I'm going to go with the lightest one. This is coffee with a lot of cream. And we'll just pop them right on the greeting. And there is the first project. Okay. So that, we'll put that one over there, and I'm going to switch out my inks and clean my stamps. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I didn't even realize, I guess because I was so busy prepping for my moving retreat. We themed this retreat because we were moving from our original location to my new house. And totally forgot it was St. Patty's Day until like right before. So I did run out and get some gold coins and scatter them on their tables while they were sleeping on Saturday night. All right, let's do the next. And we're going to do this one. And this one is a little gift card holder because, oh no, yeah, it is. The gift card slides down in here. Okay, I was thinking this was the other one. So you can slide your gift card down in there, and this says enjoy your day. So it could be a birthday card. And then this one's on me on the inside. So Starbucks card or your local favorite coffee shop would make a perfect gift. All right. So we have pecan pie. And the bone folder over my score lines. And we're going to mount this piece down at the bottom. And my other piece is missing. Well, that doesn't make any sense. This piece itself is going to get mounted onto a layer of petal pink, which is the actual full size of the card base. But before we do that, we're going to do a little stamping and accenting here as well. So again, back to the pecan pie. Hope your birthday is wonderful. We will grab our ribbon again. And this time I'm just going to run it edge to edge. So I'm going to run my adhesive across there and lay this down. The adhesive is the exact width of the ribbon, so nothing is going to go beyond the edges of the ribbon. And it will make for a flatter layer since we're not wrapping it behind the back. It would be even cute to add a few espresso beans back here, right? Okay. Want to make sure I get it going in the right orientation. And we'll go ahead and mount this to the back. Come around and make sure I'm centered. That's pretty good. And we'll start over here. So let's go ahead and do our greeting. Then I'm going to grab my paper and figure out where my piece of, where my topper went here. So we're using Enjoy Your Day. You can substitute whatever you might have because that is not from the latte set. We'll use the pecan pie again. I'm saying a little prayer because I don't really see white on white very well. Oh, not too bad. We will take that. Okay. Set that aside for a minute or two, and we'll go ahead and create our focal image. And we're going to use the coffee cup top, I call it, for that. I'm going to stamp that in pecan pie. And then we're going to add the center also in the pecan pie. And then we're going to come in with some petal pink for the top of our cup. I want to switch that over. I feel like somebody literally was playing in my boxes because I'm looking for pieces that I know I put in there. And they seem to have vanished. Which is possible when you're at retreat and you're sharing all your goodies. Things do not necessarily go back where they were. Okay. Then I'm going to use the darker here where the artist put the details in, just to give it a little shadow and shading. come in on the inside of the handle with the dark petal pink. Do the light on top. So one of the things that is MIA in addition to the paper from this kit is my pecan pie. So I'm going to just hop next to my table here and see if I can grab both of those quickly. Okay. So I think this might be, no, it's not. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to find that paper. But I didn't want this to look open like that since it doesn't completely fill. So we're just going to add the pecan pie around. Does anybody have this product line yet? There we go. And then this is going to go right on top. We are going to pretend that that piece of designer paper is here, because I honestly have no idea what happened to it. We're going to bring this piece on the inside though, and we're going to stamp it with This One's On Me in the pecan. Right at the top. I can't stamp that stamp straight to save my life because I saw it was crooked in the card too. One more try. Hey, that's a little better, huh? Corinne does. Have you played with it? Next creation. All right, Sherry. Very good. Very good. Well, maybe I can give you some ideas. All right. So this is going to go right in here at the top. And then this, we're going to just add adhesive on the side. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue because I want to leave lots of space there for you to add your greeting or your gift card. There we go. Make sure you don't put glue across the top because you don't want to seal that closed so that you can slide your gift card down inside. Okay, pretend that that other piece is on there. This is going to get mounted with your adhesive just on the top half. And then your greeting is going to go across the top. And actually, I don't even mind that plain, although I'd probably have to like emboss it or something, right? And then we're going to add some of the darker swirl dots to our label. Okay. So in reality, it will look like this with the other side of this same pattern, DSP. And then, of course, on the back, you have even more space to write a greeting. Okay. All right. So that's project number 2. And we have 2 more. I'm going to clean up the stamps because I know I'm using at least one of these on another project. All right. So let's do this one next. I love the coffee pot, right? And then it just opens up like that. So it's a little bit of a fun fold there. We're bringing in some Lost Lagoon and Lemon Lolly on this particular project. You're a huge coffee fan? Yeah, me too. Me too, trust me. can consume quite a bit of coffee in a day, especially if I'm staying up almost 24 hours. All right, Lost Lagoon. Hard base. And then more of the Pretty Designer Series paper. The swirl pattern, and then of course it has the Calypso coral with the beans on the opposite side. And we're gonna add this. Remember to leave me to comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, because I do the drawing. Now, we won't be giving away these products necessarily, or these cards, simply because this is a paid class. But we will definitely have some product to give away. So you make sure you get all those things done to be entered into the drawing. And I draw right before I go live the next time. So if you're watching the replay, you can still enter by doing those items. So here's our plaid paper. I wanted it to kind of look like this was a table setting. So I actually am going to mount it at an angle. Okay. And then we will just trim it down. Just come in even with the edge of your basic white. And you could do this on your paper trimmer. There we go. Now I think it looks like a table sitting there, waiting for our coffee cups and our coffee pot. So I did go ahead and pre-cut the coffee pot. And had I been thinking, I would have added adhesive sheet to the black, but I was not. So we're going to go ahead and mount these pieces together. This is going to come right down here. And there is a slight marking so you can see where, oops, wrong way, where to put it. This is to replicate the coffee in the pot. And then we'll grab our liquid glue again. I remember when SU came out with die cuts. And where we've come from those days is absolutely astonishing. The detail, even just in this framework for our coffee pot, is amazing. This is going to come and line up. Oops. Right. Okay, my fingers are not working. Right with the bottom edge and the sides of our piece of coffee. There we go. And then I'm going to mount that to the table. So a combination of Tombow on the back of the parts, pieces and parts that are sticking out, and then our adhesive, our seal. And we're gonna, the only thing I did not pre-fussy cut because I was so afraid I would lose it is the coffee in the little cups here. So I'm going to do that quickly now with the die. Tiny little die, but again, there's two on that die. So if you're doing a set of coffee cups, you only have to make one cut, right? So we're going to run this through. My die cutting machine sits over here to my left so that I don't shake you all. Fortunately, I guess my kitty cat decided maybe he didn't want to be on camera today because he has gone away very quietly and is probably sleeping somewhere, right? Okay, so this is where take your pick tool comes in very handy. We're going to put our adhesive right on the cup. And then I'm going to use the sticky end of the take your pick tool to pick those little pieces up. And we'll do the same thing with this one. Much easier than me trying to finagle those little pieces, even in the point of trying to get adhesive sheet off the back, right? And the Tombow gives me the opportunity to slide that coffee, if you will, wherever I would like it. There we go. And we are going to pop them on with dimensional, so we have a little depth going on the table. Yes, absolutely. The Friends set does. I think I used one of those greetings on one of the projects I've made with this set so far. But yeah, that's a really cute set too. And I do think that one is on the retiring list. So there's our cups. And then I use the perennial postage die to cut out our tag. And the hello friend greeting comes from Inked and Tiled, which I do know is on because that's one of my favorite stamp sets, and that's retiring as well. All right, so I'm going to keep the hello friend a little bit closer to the right side so we have room to put our dots on. And this time we're going to use the color in the center. Yeah, I can do this. I was like, do I want to do this yet? Yes, I do. So we're going to add some glue here. And we're going to pop this on too. I'm going to pop this on real quick. I'm going to layer this onto Calypso Coral. So we're pulling that color in from what I'm calling the tablecloth. This is going to go right on that flap. So again, only adding adhesive to part of the back of this. And then I can bring this over and add it right there. I've got a layer of early espresso, which is pulling off of the swirl pattern of designer series paper to mount in the back. Inside of the card. And then before we mount the white, we're going to add coffee stains down the side. Wrong circle stamp. I love it when stamps disappear. Right in front of you, right? They were right here. There it is. All right, so we're just going to do this. And you can scatter them in and out if you want. Or not, you don't have to. But, you know, coffee stains don't necessarily line up in a nice, even pattern for you, do they? And you are the best part of my day. Okay. And again, that stamp set or that stamp reading came from the set, the stamp set. And there we go. That one's done. I think that one's so cute. I love the plaid paper on there. All right, one more. We have one more, and that is going to be this cute card. And it is a diagonal easel card, and we're using the espresso beans to pop the front of the card up. And then this one's also on me. This is not a gift card holder, although you could certainly do the same effect if you wanted it to be, and not add the adhesive at the top and just do the sides and the bottom edge on this one. All right. So we'll set that guy right there. We're going to, this is just a standard card base, but we are going to score it from the top right corner to the bottom left at the fold, so that we have the diagonal fold. And I'm just lining the point of the top corner in the track and the score line in the track. And then that's how we're going to get our diagonal fold. And I'll give that a crease. Get that out of the way until I need it again. So you see that's going to be our prop. We have another size piece, just the same as the card front. That will be the piece that we display. And we have the pretty plaid paper. That's the opposite side of that paper. You've got your coffee splotches. Now that. And then we're going to stamp an early espresso, the coffee cup image. So I love that we've got 3 colored coffee cups here on this project, but we didn't have to do any coloring because we're stamping them on the colored cardstock, and then you're just going to die cut it out. So I'm going to do that now. I've already done the yellow and the Lost Lagoon card or cup. So I'll run this one through. Here's a coffee cup. And I'm going to grab my other 3. Now, what I did is I actually took, looking for something I can use here because I know that's not here. I took my X-Acto knife attachment to my take your pick tool, and I cut that edge there right at the lip of the coffee. I'm going to grab something here that I can use to cut on. And I'll show you what I mean. This is a product Stampin' Up used to sell. So we'll bring this in. And I'm going to try to use the point of my scissors since my take your pick tool is down at the retreat house. with that blade on it. See if that worked. Just about. So we'll do it again. And then you're going to be able to set your guys down in there just a little bit, just like that, to make your stack. But if you have just a regular X-Acto knife, you can use that. If you have the take your pick blade tip, you can do that. Or you can improvise like I'm doing and use your scissors. And there we go. So now we have our stack. We'll twist this one this way when we mount them. I'm going to get this out of the way. That one's going to go that way. That one's going to go that way. And we are going to pop these on right here with the dimensional. But first, we're going to do our greeting. And the thanks so much comes from the stamp set as well. Pop that on our mat. We're going to bring this in from the side. And then we'll put our cups on. And I'm going to cheat and overlap those inserts so that I'm sure they stay in place, and then go back and add a few more dimensionals. Okay. That also helps keep everything together as you're peeling these off and putting it down onto your card front. Mounting this to the card front, we're only going to put the adhesive on this bottom portion of our score area. But we'll mount it like we're mounting it to the full card front. And then we're going to add in our piece for the inside. Like hate to cover up that plaid, but I think the little espresso beans are pretty cute too. And I've got a couple of those already cut. I did use 3 on the project, but we're just going to do 2 for sake of time today. And you can use the mini dimensionals, or if you don't have those, you can cut a full dimensional in half. And it's the perfect size to pop up your beans. You could also put that, this one's on you on the inside of this project. But this one's on me. This one's on you. Yeah, this one's on you. Okay. I think I'm going to go get some sleep when I'm done here. What do you think? This one's on me. And you could make it a gift card holder or just slide a gift card into it. Or better yet, take them out for coffee, right? And have a lovely time with your friend. There you go. 2 works fine. As I said, I did use 3 just because I have that rule of 3. And then we're just going to scatter a couple of these swirl dots on the card front. I'm going to use 2 of the darker since our pour was early espresso, and then 1 of the middle color. And there we go. So that is creating with Latte Love. Again, that is a to-go class that is currently available. I think registration's open till about end of the week. So you still have time to register for the class. If you want to grab it, again, it's $35 plus postage and includes half a pack of designer series paper, the supplies to make 2 of each card with envelopes, the ribbon, the dots, and you also, of course, get a color PDF to help you put the projects together, as well as you can refer back to this video. What do you think, guys? Cindy's going to order it tomorrow night. Awesome. All right. Well, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed those projects. If you did, again, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, I would so appreciate your support by hitting that subscribe button, and you can always ring the bell so that you're notified when I'm live or when I upload a new video. Until next Tuesday, I hope you have a great week. I will probably be live tonight to do the retired list, so make sure you pop back for that, as well as I'll be live Thursday morning over on my Facebook channel. We're going to start our Thursday technique sessions. So come over there and check out what I have to share with you. All right. Have a great day. Be safe. And thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.